It's 6.5 minutes away from 9. We know the majority of people don't like their bodies. It's sad, but true. They say unkind things to themselves every day. They look at themselves in the mirror and they think, oh, God. How would you describe your body in one word? Would it be positive or would it be negative? Our producer, Brigitte, went to find out.
Can you describe your body for me in one word, please?
Overweight.
Lumpy.
Average.
Getting old.
Plump.
Old.
Thin.
Short.
Maybe a little too thin.
Body. But cute. Thank you.
Actually, it turns out he was cute, wasn't he? So out of all of those people, one was positive, to find out why people have such negative views on themselves and just how sad that is. Confidence builder Amanda Betts joins us. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning.
Are you surprised by that? I mean, you know, that was a random selection, but it was like literally 1% of them said no, something positive.
It's both a surprise and not a surprise at the same time. There's the negative emotions just always take over, and perception is reality. And until you put some work into changing that perception.
That's interesting. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
If you think you're ugly, you're probably ugly.
You're going to be it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why? But do we know why people are dissatisfied with themselves?
There's so many reasons, Paul. You know, comparison, I think, is the biggest demon there is. It's always comparing themselves to other people. Obviously, magazines take quite a hit as to, they take a lot of blame.
Because society has the ideal way someone should look.
Apparently so. I don't know. It depends on, your new normal, really.
Do we know what proportion of people, because many surveys have been done, and the one I'm thinking of, and it was done for advertising reasons, but the Dove survey quite recently, which was in the news because it was so fascinating, 2 doors, something like beautiful, average, and almost everyone chose to walk through the average door. And you actually saw people stop when they got to the 2 doors, look up, read them, think, and then walk through average. It's very sad.
I think it's amazing. You'd have to wonder if they were thinking that they were being watched as well, because would they actually think that if they weren't worried about what other people think?
Do people think that anyway? When they look at themselves and think, oh dear, I'm not so sure about that, are they looking at themselves thinking other people are going to think these things about me?
I think they've had so many things that are inbred in them that they've got a whole bunch of viruses that they don't actually realise they have. So, considering things are set in by the time you're 7, it takes a lot of work to kind of go back and figure out where some of the stuff comes from.
And all of us know examples in our own lives when someone said, oh God, if only I could lose a bit of weight, or if only I could do something. And you think to yourself, this person is beautiful. Are they blind? Are they stupid? Why can't they see that?
They really, really can't. But the other thing too is when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, it's a way different thing about when you see a really good photograph of yourself. And I think actually that's one of the most basic but simple solutions to this, because your mind takes over for what you see. So you get yourself ready and away you go. But when you get a photograph taken and you get someone who actually directs you as to what to do, to show you how to get a slimmer arm or the double chin thing. I mean, how many times, look, there we go, right there. Okay, well, if you put your chin out towards the camera and put the chin down a wee bit, there we go, the double chin
look at me now. See?
There's a little bit of shadow that turns up. Now, when you see a photo of yourself, and there's no trickery, because it's like,
and the trouble is, of course, you compare yourself to people that you're looking at in photographs.
All the time.
Yeah. All right, so let's have a few tips to make people sort of feel a little bit happier about themselves. One of them, obviously, is to bear in mind what you've just said. That you are looking at yourself in the raw, not in a flattering way.
No, that's such a big thing. We make a lot of judgments about that. The other thing is that, like, confidence and learning to look at yourself in a different way is a journey as well. You wouldn't put $50 of gas in your car and expect you to take it from Wellington to Auckland. Right. So why don't you invest a little bit into learning how to look at yourself and see yourself in a different light? There's the whole kind of map thing. Point A, this is where I am. I think pretty negatively about myself. Point B, this is where I want to be. I want to feel pretty good about myself.
How do I get from one to the other?
How do I get from one to the other? And you know what it is? It's not a plane. There's no such thing as a plane and a quick ride and a quick fix. It's about going, does this thing help me get away from point A and closer to point B?
And there is that thing too, isn't there, where people might have a really good arse, say, but not so good in another department, and they don't walk around thinking, I have got a good arse. They walk around thinking, oh, if only my legs were thinner, or something, know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
I mean,
always
the
shifting their
chance that
focus.
every single part of your body is going to be perfect is probably pretty slim.
It's impossible, I think, in a vast majority of cases. The most important thing as well, another quick tip, is work what you've got. You know, there's so many people. It's like
Work the arse.
work the ass, work the legs. You know, work whatever you've got, work it.
That's the old advertising slogan, isn't it? Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, but it comes straight back down to the
It's
inner
just
thing.
so sad because we've got one shot at this, unless you're Catholic, in which case you've got multiple shots. But if you're not Catholic, we've only got one shot at this. What a shame so many of us, not me actually, but what a shame so many people go through lives feeling dissatisfied.
It gets worse in the sort of 40s and 50s. That's what I'm finding quite a lot as well. I know.
God. Thank you so much, Amanda. We will have you back because you're great. Amanda Betts, Confidence Builder. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
All right.